to create a patch for the International Zodiac job system version of Final Fantasy XII, you do need to have a US or an English PAL release from the game to create this patch. However, other languages also work from what I've read online, but I've not tested that myself, so don't take this with a grain of salt. What you need for this patch to work, you need to have an ISO file from International Zodiac Job System, and from the game you're providing the language patch. So in my case, it's going to be a US version of Final Fantasy XII. And the third thing that you will need is the English patch, which is on romhacking.net in the download link right here. If this download link ceases to exist, a quick Google search of Final Fantasy XII IZJS English patch should suffice. Okay, so now after you downloaded the English patch and you have both ISOs, what to do now? So you're going to your folder where you have your English patch file, or the English patch exe, which is this one, and you want to put your US ISO for, or whatever your language patch ISO is, you put that in here, and the IZJS original, the one in Japanese, you want to put that in here also. Then once you're inside here, you're going to do right click and, excuse me, this is in German for some reason, open in terminal. I don't know why this is in German. I have my entire Windows in English, but this is in German for some reason. But yeah, you want to say open in terminal, but I've already done that, so it's gonna look something like this. And make sure that you're in Windows PowerShell. And now what you want to do, since you have Zodiac Job System repackage.exe, you want to use the exe file to patch this game with this game's language, so to speak. So since I already did that, because I already have a patch here, I'm only going to show you what I've written down, and I'm going to tell you exactly why you have to write it that way, so it'll work for you as well. Okay, so this is a really, really long message here, and you're wondering, oh my god, do I really have to write all that? The thing is, the way this repackage works is you have to provide the names of the files for repackaging, plus the ISO ending at the end. So I have a US ISO and International Zodiac Job System JP ISO. If you just change this to FF12.1 and FF12.2 and you put it in that way, that would also work. But I just couldn't bother to change the names of the files. And you type in ./ZJS_repack. This way the PC knows, oh, I want to access this exe file here. Because if you only type in ZJS_repack, then the Windows will ask, wait, but this is not a command that I have. So, and because you want to access this exe file, you have to use ./ZJS_repack to access this one. Then the next one is the name of the patch game. This is the English patch that we want to use from. And then we use the name for the IZJS copy to say, oh yeah, we want this to be patched. And then at the end, you could also say, hey, I want the last one to be called patched FF12, for instance. I can do that. Then it starts executing like this. And then, as you maybe saw, it creates this patched FF12 file here, which is basically just English ICGS again. And as you see, this does take a couple of minutes. So don't do anything, just wait until it's done. And you will see that the file in the end will be around 4 gigabytes. Yes, it's quite large, but it's around 4 gigabytes. Yeah, and I think that's about it. You just have to wait until it's done. And yeah, we'll see you in a second. Now that it's done, I noticed something in my way I've written the name of the file in the end. It creates this file right here. If you want it to work in the emulator, make sure that the ending is .iso. If you don't have .iso at the ending of the file name, the file cannot be read as a game. You have to call it .iso. That's very important. That's a mistake I made earlier. I should have prefaced that. But yeah, make sure that it's called .iso. But if you've forgotten to add it, just add it, rename the file, and just add it afterwards, and it should work just fine. So, to show you, we're now going to launch this. Going to English Patcher, patch 12 ISO, open, swap disk. Okay, and to make sure that everything goes right, I'm just going to speed up really quick everything, and then I have everything turned off on the monitor side, so you can't hear the game. But as you can see, everything's in English. And yeah, I'm going to show you a little bit around that everything works just fine and everything's changed. Everything's in English now. Everything in the menus is in English. Perfect. Yeah, and that's about it. With that said, happy gaming and happy retro achievements hunting. Bye-bye.